Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, integration, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal, and white conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please hit that link in the description. Both links in the description. Go to those petitions and put your signature on all those petitions for the situation to get there. I'm excited, family. I'm excited. So you got to excuse me because we got our good brother, Black Alpha, in the house today. And before we pull him up, I want to remind everybody about our brother, Black Alpha.
To all of my foundational Black Americans, okay? The whole reparations generation, let's make that clear. And there's one thing for certain, and that is, they not like us. Never have. Damn, it feel good. Don't it feel good to wake up every day in the land that your ancestors built, not immigrated to, not fled to. See, our ancestors ain't have to jump no borders, ain't have to hop no fences, swim across no lakes to get here. No, foundation. And foundation means they what? So from the east to the west, from the north to the south, we all came here to get our check.
Family, please welcome to the Church of Black Power, our brother, the #1 activist, boots on the ground, Black Alpha. Salute, my brother. Wait a second. Hold up. Salute, my brother. I gotta give the salute to you. How you doing, family? How's your day going?
Doing good, family. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here in the Church of Power, you know. Much respect to your house, brother. I'm going to show a lot of grace and respect, but I've been admiring your work, you know what I mean, from over on my side, family. So you got two foundational Black American certified brothers in the same place putting in that real work. So there can't be anything but fireworks. So it's going to be explosive today, fam. Everybody listen and make sure y'all subscribe to my brother because we building, we working, we shining, we grinding, brother. Let's go to work, family.
Family, like I said several times, man, I'm so appreciative of you being here, and I know we're going to kill this off. I got just a few questions before I let you take over the church and do what you do best. I like to ask people this because the other week I gave my origin story, and I love to hear what was it within you that made you do what you do. So if you would, can you give us your villain origin story?
I like that. Great question, family. Oh, okay. My story truly is one that starts from birth. It truly starts from birth. I remember being a young child, realizing in the first grade, probably even kindergarten, that things were different amongst Black people in the United States of America, not Africans, any of that. Black people in the United States of America and everybody else. I noticed that whenever it came to a situation, Black Americans always got the short end of the stick. We were always the first accused, even in school. So understanding our place in the system of supremacy and anti-Blackness, it's one that everybody knows, only a few of us admit and acknowledge. See, there's going to be two different things. It's going to be the person who acknowledges it, and it's going to be the person that denies it. And the reason why people deny it, because if you admit it, you got to do something about it. See, they know if you see a problem and you sit back and you just let it slide, now you got to look in that mirror and see a coward. So that's why they run from it. So as a young age, I already seen the way we were treated and the way they came at us. And I showed that pride when I was young and said, no, I'm going to do something about it. Then I said it in the first grade and in the second grade, all through middle school, high school. And then I became a grown man. And when you become grown, there's a sense of power behind it. You know what I mean? Now you grown, you talk about Black power. There's nothing more powerful than when you were a grown Black person, because now I don't have to take that, you know what, that we had to deal with when we was kids, where the teacher comes in and she signals out the Black student. And we got the preschool to prison pipeline and everything in between. We ain't have to deal with none of that. So when I got older, I look back on all those situations and I said, okay, come find me now. Come see me now. So it was a journey since I was young, understanding that me, my Black self, and then my young brothers and sisters, even seeing the way our sisters was treated, my classmates in the 6th grade, and how they would single out all the young Black girls, but let little Sally walk by. And then they'd single out us and let all the other white dudes, Chad and Brad, walk on by. And I was like, hell no. When I get old, I'm going to do something about it. So the origin story is something that started with birth. And as it just grew and grew and grew. And then I got to the point where I told myself, I said, nah. Now we're going to make a wave. And just the way I'm wired, as people can tell if you listen to me for 2 minutes, I'm pretty dynamic personality. I said, no. We gonna bring, because I don't know how to say anything other than how I feel. And I don't know how to say it any way other than passion. So that all culminated, and then around the protest around 2020, when that all occurred, that's when I took it public, because I was always like this in private. I used to always sit back and watch Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, everybody, you name them, H. Rap Brown, you go down the list of all the foundational Black American greats. I studied Auntie Polly, I studied Harriet Tubman, Kathleen Cleaver, I studied all of them. And then it just got to the point, family, I was like, you know what? Okay, now we're going to step out. We're going to step out now. We're going to go all the way live. And then in a short matter of, 3 years, I'm on the stage in Washington, D.C. and saying everything that I was thinking in preschool, family. So it's a villain origin story. And, I prefer Magneto. That's who I like, family. I like Magneto a lot more than some of them other guys, because Magneto wasn't playing. So it'll go all the way back to day one, brother.
I appreciate that. And I appreciate some of the names that you named off too, because that actually led me right into my next question. If you can just give a few people that you actually admire that was a major influence in your life growing up, that made Black Alpha who Black Alpha is today, who would some of those people be and why?
Oh, man, I appreciate that, brother. Oh, that's just something that I talk about all the time in my personal life, because these people made me who I am. They taught me everything I know about Black empowerment. Like, I always feel indebted to every single Black revolutionary or Black pillar that's ever came about. You know what I mean? I'll forever be indebted. And we, in our generation, we've had the luxury of being able to study them. Unlike other generations, we had the adaptation of technology and the internet. You can sit down right now and go watch a Bobby Seale speech from 1969 while you're working out in 2025. We got that. So if I go down the list, everybody who knows me knows that it always starts off with free Huey. Huey P. Newton, that's my favorite number one activist, because I see a lot of myself in Huey. Huey's Huey, and I'm me. But in terms of the path of being someone who's intellectual and then still being a warrior, I loved how Huey centered in both. Because sometimes you see Huey, and Huey was sitting down speaking to, different people, and then Huey's just, putting out words, and he was very articulate. And then next time Huey's, he was out there with them things. You know what I'm saying? So Huey's always number one. Huey was something. He was something different. He's the person that I always seen his style is like my style. You know what I'm saying? His energy is somewhat similar to mine in that aspect. Then I can go on to Bobby Seale. And Bobby Seale to me was the cornerstone of the Black Panther Party, because Bobby Seale served in the Air Force. So all of those food programs and the self-defense, that all came from Bobby. That all came from Bobby. So those two. And I always say Malcolm X. Malcolm X, in my opinion, Malcolm X makes you feel great when you listen to him. I love Huey because, like I told you, Huey's my favorite in a particular fashion. Malcolm, though, when you listen to Malcolm, oh, make it plain. And you already know what Malcolm's getting at. So you hear Malcolm and you go, damn, did he say that? That was just perfect. So I love Huey. I love Bobby. I love Malcolm. Then we can fast forward. I'm a Tupac person. I'm a Tupac Shakur person. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, it's crazy because Tupac is a Panther child. You know, he came up from that. So I love Tupac Shakur. I love the energy. I see, put it this way, I see myself, and I've been able to take elements of every single one of them and then put it inside of who I already am. So you got the version of my organic self with all of the lessons that I learned from everybody. And we can go there like H. Rap Brown, somebody who doesn't get spoke of enough. Khalid Muhammad, somebody who doesn't get spoke of enough. I mean, we have a plethora of so many individuals. And the thing about our community is that we come from different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about Dr. Martin Luther King. He had his way of going about it, and it was effective for what he was attempting to do. Malcolm X, what he did, it was effective for what he was attempting to do. I'm a big fan of Minister Louis Farrakhan as well. I'll never, ever, ever leave that out. Minister Louis Farrakhan, I can go way back to when I was a child and looking at the Nation of Islam and the Million Man March when I was a baby and going, that many black folks? God, you know what I'm saying? So
I was surprised. I was surprised growing up in LA where I seen they used to sell bean pies in the middle of the intersections. It's like an island, right? So you would see them standing there selling bean pies. On one day, this dude walked up and like slapped the bean pie out of one of their hands, right? And they went straight into kung fu mode, like really like throwing the hands. I was like, that's how it's supposed to be. And I have never seen another organization as disciplined as the NOI. And I gotta give Farrakhan and all of them, that Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, all of them, they created something that we haven't seen since. But we're seeing it now with this FBA movement.
Brother, full and strong. Let me add one more person as well, okay? And this person is not just my favorite revolutionary. This is like my personal hero in life. And I molded the Black Alpha Network based off of this gentleman. Nobody knows this exclusive information right here, family. And that is Muhammad Ali, okay? Because when you think of a Black Alpha, right, you think of Muhammad Ali. If you just, somebody said, okay, draw a picture of what masculinity, pride, confidence, skill in a black man is, you put Muhammad Ali. And then if you listen to Muhammad Ali speak on black issues, he was very, very, very powerful. So Muhammad Ali is, you know, the main one in terms of the identification. So you got Huey, you got Malcolm, you got Muhammad Ali, all of those people, fam, and it's just a culmination of where we are.
Fun fact, I went to Bret Hart Middle School. My 8th grade teacher was Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Wow.
Her name is Miriam Ali. She was my 8th grade teacher. And we always wanted her to bring her dad in so that we could meet him. But just having that connection always gave me a spirit of Ali. I love Ali so much, especially the way, like, even in his older years, right? Where people will walk up playing with him, he knew, snap right back into it. You know what I'm saying? It always just he always brought so much hope. Cause I'm like, God dang it, if he can do anything and say, F y'all, we can do the same thing. And that was what he was on, that type of energy. We don't have to be that, oh, yes, a massa type of person to get by, you know, and a lot of people came at him all throughout his career trying to, you know, basically tell him to calm it down because he was just too pretty, you know, he was just too pretty. But I want to ask you this, Black Alpha, strong name. Where did it come from? What made you decide one day to wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna call myself Black Alpha?
It came to me in a dream. It came to me in a dream. A lot of things come to me in dreams. The ancestors talk to me in dreams. I have very lucid dreams, very vivid dreams. I was just talking to my wife yesterday about it. The dreams come to me insane. And what ended up happening was it was something that was brewing. And it's just so crazy that the day Muhammad Ali actually passed away, it was like the week before he passed away. I was telling myself, I was like, you got to start something. You got to do something. You got to make it happen. And I remember I was outside jogging. I was jogging and I was listening to a record that was very referencing of Muhammad Ali. And I was outside jogging, and it was hot as hell that day too. Boy, goodness gracious. But I was out there jogging, and then a sense of energy came over me, and it was like, yo, you got to go now, and you got to create what you said that you were going to do. Now it's time for you to make this movement. And I didn't know what it was. And one day that term Black Alpha popped in my head. And I remember having a dream one night. A situation was happening to some people that I know. It's a dream, family. And I'm walking towards a situation, and then Black people start running by me. They start running past me, but they're in fear. You know, something's happening to them. And then they was running by me, and they was like trying to get away. As they're going that way, away from the situation, I'm going towards the situation. I've always spent my life running towards the fire and not running away from it. You know what I'm saying? Fearless. I'm going in the building, and we're going to handle business when we get in there, family. Whatever happens, happens. You know, I'm a son of a military man, you know, an infantry military man. You know what I'm saying? Another word for infantry means big balls, homie. Ain't scared of nothing. So I was on that type of time. And then I remember when I got to the situation in my dream, after I passed everybody that was fleeing or whatever, I'm looking at these Black people running. I'm like, what you running for? You Black, you ain't got nothing to be scared of. So I got to the situation, and when I got there, there was some anti-Blackness going on. And then next thing you know, there was like millions of people that showed up, and they was all yelling Black Alpha, Black Alpha, Black Alpha. Then I woke up the next day and I was like, there we go. And then I put the network on it, and then we put the network, because that's all about all of us connecting and being together. So there you got Black Alpha Network. So it wasn't one moment, it wasn't one situation, it was a culmination of things, but it definitely came to me in the spiritual realm, brother. And I just brought it to the reality world.
Well, brother, I honestly, I wouldn't expect nothing less from you, brother. Like, everything that you do is with passion. So like it would make sense that it just hit you as a passionate dream, and you brought it, you manifested it, you know. And that's one of the things that I wanted to speak about with the whole rally for reparations. You know, you had a opportunity to go out there and speak with a lot of our brothers and sisters in the new Black media, get on that stage, and you shined like one of the brightest up there. You know, how was that experience, and what did you take away from that made you better as, you know, the activist that you are today?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, family. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Oh, man, what a journey that was. That was a journey. First off, let me send the biggest salute to my brother, Tariq Nasheed. You know what I mean? The brothers always held me down. And I tell anybody that listens, man, I'm forever in debt to Tariq for giving me that opportunity. I come from a family that's a very modest family. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father was a military man. My mother was, you know, a 9-to-5 worker. You know, most of my people still stay in the same place up north. You know what I mean? And I'm one of the people that no one's ever done anything for my family. Like, no one's ever did anything. I don't have a family of like a bunch of famous people. I don't have no doctors and lawyers. I don't even know how many college graduates. I don't even think I got any college graduates in my family, but they work hard though. You know, and they're going to grind, and they're going to get that money one way or another. And it's truly the foundational Black American experience and dream is the roots that I come from, man. I don't come from one of them boule families and stuff. I come from one of the families like, hey, man, you know, I just got a job over there on the north side. What you doing? Oh, I'm mopping floors for this building. Hey, let me get an application. Come on, bro. Let's go work. And we proud of it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go get it.
Knuckles all roughed up, man, but you love it. You do it with a passion. So nobody's ever done nothing for my family. You know what I'm saying? When Tariq gave me the opportunity to get on stage and rock, you know, the rally for reparations, that was the first time in my life, my parents' life, or anybody in my family that somebody just with power said, hey, let me do you a solid. So I'm going to always have love for that brother no matter what. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm going to always go full 10 toes for my brother. But the situation was very, very prominent. And get on that stage and to talk. See, I went to the Rally for Reparations and the first one in 2022. And I told my wife, I said, we're going to be back here and I'm going to be on stage the next time. And then voila, I was there the next time on stage. You know what I'm saying?
That manifestation, baby.
Manifestation, brother. And it showed me the access. A lot of people think that I've been doing this for a long time. I have not been doing this for a long time. I've only been going live consistently for like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling you a minute ago, brother.
Yeah.
If you look at the viewers that I have, you know, all them thousands and thousands of people in the records we break, and then you compare that to, I've only got 350 videos and 60 or 70 of those are Twitter spaces and shorts. So I pretty much only have 200 videos. You know what I'm saying? So we've been able to gain. And all of that is what got me on stage, just putting in work, going out there and memorizing what I wanted to say. I didn't really have a speech because I do better freestyling and being organic, because I feel like different from a lot of other activists. I think what separates me, and this is why we have a connection, Certified Black Society, and that's why I feel like we are the voice of empowerment and we represent those streets. I feel like we're coming from an aspect that is different than everybody else. Everybody else has their own particular way. Like I said, Malcolm was different than Martin. Martin was different than Huey. Everybody's different. What I wanted to tap into is that everyday 9-to-5 worker. I want to tap into those brothers and sisters that are grinding hard to pay the bills. Your light may get cut off, so you got to go get that money today. You got to walk your kid to daycare. That's what I wanted to do. So when I got on that stage at the Rally for Reparations, I wanted to encompass all of that and just connect with the people. And when I got off stage, man, and I took like 75 pictures and was signing autographs, and I had people be like, yo, you felt like Tupac on that stage. You had that Pac energy. Because I always get Tupac and DMX, man. Those are the two I always get. Then that just let
That's
me know.
what I said.
Thanks, man.
You came with that Tupac energy. Everybody I played it for, they was like, yeah, that's definitely that Tupac energy right there. And you know, I think you could swap it out with DMX too, because really they both had the same energy. One it's just counter of the other. You know what I'm saying? They're both really that same person if you really look at it. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's another thing too, because one of the things, and I've told you this before in the space, I said one of the things that made me fall in love with your page, and it was just I was hooked, was the whole where you come off with the B1 roll, the FBA roll call, right? So and it's one of those things where you get to see that you're not going crazy. You're not alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got family all over these United States that know and understand the same issues that you're you're racking your head out to get everyone else around you to understand, but they can't understand it, or they refuse to understand it because they don't benefit from understanding it. So, you know, I really love the FBA roll call, and did that come to you in a dream too? I just want to know.
I think I was very sleepy. I was like teetering in and out. I worked all day long. It was somewhere between crashing out on the couch and being coherent. But no, brother, yeah, that's what it is. Like the roll call, you know, we do a lot of things that are family, like on the Black Alpha Network. So we have the roll call. We got family time. We just added the happy birthday thing. I want to create an atmosphere of love and family. Because once again, you know how it goes, brother. Growing up, they tell us that Black people hate each other so damn much. They tell you that we can't get along. They tell you that we just such bad people. But when you examine it, nobody loves each other more than us. Nobody's more family more than us. They always try to sow these divisions. But you look at all these other communities, these people hate each other's guts. They hate each other's guts. The only thing these other communities have in common is anti-Blackness. If you remove anti-Blackness or we're not around, look how these people treat each other. It's like the damn Middle Ages in Europe. That wasn't nothing but mayo on mayo crime. We think we got mayo on mayo today. And then you go over there to the Middle East, look what they do. I'm not going to get all into it, but look how they treat each other, okay? It ain't too damn good. So when you look at foundational Black Americans, we not tribal like they are in Africa, all right? We not out there wilding out like the Middle East or like Europe. We don't do none of that. We a family. And I'm not going to allow nobody to come around here and tell us that we hate us, because that's just not the truth. That's far away from the truth. We're not going to play this game of pretend. That's the problem in the world. All right. People want to pretend and pretend and pretend and act like we ain't just see what we just saw. We ain't hear what we just heard. We know for a fact that we are a loving community that builds. If we weren't a community that stood by each other, we wouldn't even be here. How many times, brother, in the chat, do we say something and then everybody from all 50 damn states be like, yep, me too, me too, me too. Right. How that all get like that? Somebody way in California, somebody way in Virginia got the same camaraderie and stories and they ain't even met each other. Brother, your great-grandma, my great-grandma can sit down and they can talk to each other like they sisters because they are. Because they are. And if you think about it, brother, who are the only people who call each other brother and sister? King and queen, goddess and gods. See, we got this mentality that we think we lead the world and everybody calls each other brother. No, they don't. Mm-hmm. That is a foundational Black American creation. We're the only ones who call each other goddess and God. They don't say that in Africa. They don't say that. No, they don't say brother, sister, king and queen, goddess and God like we do because we are family. So we hit everybody with the roll call. And one thing I want to establish is that it's a foundational Black American family affair. It's a family reunion. And that's what I did when I started the Black Alpha Network. I said, I don't want to come all prim and proper because one thing I know about our community and Black folks, sometimes things being too polished come across as fake. It seems like it's too, calculated. People want to ask you a question to get your real answer, not like you read in a teleprompter or a script. And I noticed that when I was coming up, a lot of the people were today in Black news. We found out, man, people, damn that. They don't want to hear that. They want to say, hey, man, y'all heard what happened the other day to Shaquita? Damn, I love that woman, but come on now. That's what we want to hear. And that's why I do the roll call so everybody knows that we are all in this thing together as one. And we're all out here grinding together. We building, we working, we shining, we grinding, but everything got we. If it ain't we, then it ain't us. So that's where the roll call comes from, my good brother.
Man, like I said, I love it. And the intent behind it pushes that passion. And I feel that it's like it says, like attracts like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel it's being reciprocated every time you do it. And every single time you say, where are you from? Put it in the chat, B1 roll call. And it's boom, you just see the chat flood up from every parts of these United States. And that energy is like a boomerang. So it comes right on back. So I love that. And I want to ask you one more question before I let you do your thing, touch the floor, man. You and brother Greg Marcel Dixon and a lot of our other family in the foundational Black American world went down to South Carolina on MLK Day to a public event to stomp for the FBA agenda, which is reparations. And they kicked you guys out of a public event. Can you tell us about that situation and how it led you guys to create the petition to remove the tax exempt status from the NAACP?
Yes, I can, brother. I appreciate that. Man, what a hell of a day, hell of a day, hell of a day. Oh, my goodness. That day is a day that will live in infamy. And one of the things that I wanted to do is I don't want that to go away. I don't want that to go away. So what ended up happening is I had just got back from Fulton County. I had just got back from doing my rally. It wasn't even the rally for reparations, excuse me. It was the reparations task force in Fulton County when I went out there and gave a speech. The day I got back, I woke up the next morning and I had a text on my phone from Marcel. And Marcel was like, hey, Alpha, can you make it here? And I was like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. A lot of people don't know. Marcel's my good friend. Marcel lives like 30 minutes from me. Marcel lives like right down the street from me, man. Marcel's a good brother. Marcel, I met my mom and everything. Marcel's that's my good brother right there, man. I just talked to Marcel the other day. That's my guy. But yes, I had just got back from the Fulton County Reparations Task Force and gave a great speech on reparations. That's on my channel. And then when I woke up the next day, I got the text message from Marcel and he had the flyer and everything. And Marcel was like, hey, Alpha, can you make it? And because I feel like me and Marcel, we are holding down the South in a lot of ways in terms of foundational Black Americans, the Southeast in particular, because we're all stationed throughout the United States. And you know, like I know, when the South is gone, we're gone. That's just what it is. That's our motherland, is the South. Okay. And being a resident of the South, and this is my homeland, I couldn't let that go. So I talked to Marcel. We started formulating a plan, and you had some brothers and sisters that were flying in from all over. And shout out to my brother Duddy. My brother Duddy was in there. Shout out to my brother. That's my good friend right there, my good brother. And Duddy was there. And man, let me tell you something, church. As soon as we got there, the ops was there. And fam, there were some people that were there. They were not with the NAACP. There were some people that were there that were not with the Democratic Party. All right. They knew we were coming. They knew we were going to get there. And there's some individuals that we still don't know who they were. Okay. And you know what it looked like when you see them type of folk. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the ops was there heavy. So this was an apparatus to stop us. This is when you understand this was coming from the highest levels. Soon as we get there, a lot of brothers and sisters had already got kicked out. They got kicked out before they even went inside. I mean it. Not went inside and got kicked out, got turned away from even coming in. And they letting the Palestinians walk right on by. Y'all could come on in. They was letting all the other communities come on in. Everybody could get in there. When we got in there, the second wave, the first wave had already been turned away. We get in there, and what you see is, I mean, it's Boule Palooza, family. I mean, nothing but Boule up in there. And the guy on the stage is talking about reparations. So we're sitting there saying, yeah, shout out to him. By the way, there was a guy, he was the first guy, and he comes up to us like, y'all got to go. And we're like, why we got to go? And he said, just because he couldn't give us an answer. So Marcel started getting into it with him. Some of the brothers and sisters start getting in there, and I'm recording it, and the guy couldn't give an answer. He said the Secret Service told us that we needed to leave. Well, I talked to the Secret Service, and they said, no problem. The Secret Service was shocked. This is how crazy it is, family. The Secret Service was surprised that we were being removed or kicked out or being messed with, being scolded, heckled. The Secret Service said, hold on, wait a minute now. We ain't got no problem. I was like, damn, but no, I'm telling this to the Secret Service. I said, wait a minute now. This guy said that y'all told us that. Secret Service said, we ain't say that. So you already seen that they was waiting on it. Yeah, crazy, right? Bro, the Secret Service was okay with us talking about reparations. It all came from the NAACP. So I'm the one who filmed it. The guy came up to me, that very famous footage that went viral. And I'm so glad that I had my phone ready. I was calling my mama. She wasn't answering the phone. Mama, she wasn't picking up the phone. I was trying to tell my mom what was going on. But my mom didn't pick up. And as soon as I'm off the phone with my mom, the guy walks in. Me and my wife are sitting there. And the guy says, oh, we're asking y'all to leave. And I'm so glad I caught it. That dude's a fool, because what he should have said, he shouldn't have said on behalf of the NAACP, but he did. So he says on behalf of the NAACP, and I caught it. That's the one that went viral. I'm the one who filmed that. And then it all hell broke loose, brother. All because, you know, we ain't just taking no nothing like that. So when we get kicked out, we get pushed out, brothers and sisters is going off. And a lot of people don't know, I got a good plug out there in South Carolina, where the next day somebody sent me video footage that we didn't even know, we weren't even previous to. Brother, do you know they had cameras on top and they were watching us from the crowd? And then when I don't know how this guy got this handled, brother. A lot of crazy things go on in the world of this activism. But somebody sent me a picture and some footage. And when they sent me the footage, they were watching us the whole time. And you could see from the rooftop, they were just focusing on us. The Palestinians was over here wilding out. And then you got to also understand, too, Clyburn has always been trying to get at my brother Marcel. A lot of the events that we go to down here, they have Marcel's name on it. So they don't ever want Marcel. We try to go to certain things in Savannah. Me and Marcel went to go see Stacey Abrams. They was looking at me and Marcel as soon as we walked in. So the call, I believe, came from Clyburn to remove us. However, word on the curb and word on the streets is what we're hearing by some people who were plugged in, is that the call now we're hearing came from Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris gave a call to the local NAACP branch and said, if those black folks come in talking about FBA and reparations, get them out of here. And I have that on good, strong authority by some of the people who were security guards. I don't know how much evidence you can have than the security guard saying, yeah, we were told. By who? By Kamala. So we got it, fam. So this shows you again that this foundational Black American imprint goes to the highest levels of America when the actual vice president is saying that. But to make matters worse, fam, 2 weeks later, I got a phone call, and I was selected out of only like 600 people. Not even 600 people, probably about 300 people. I went to go see Kamala 2 weeks later in a place called Orangeburg, South Carolina. This was right after. And that's where the famous footage where I'm yelling at her saying, we don't want no damn collard greens. We want reparations. So I ended up heckling her the way they heckled us. But the key goal is, so I got back. Yeah, we got that clap back. The key goal, though, family, is to take this petition and move this petition to the next level. And it's going to move because I didn't put a timestamp on the petition. I want to accumulate as many signatures as we can. You've heard me talk about this before, brother. Politics moves just like the music industry. If I go to a record exec and I tell him I'm a great rapper, they don't give a damn how many people you got in social media. Okay. Right. You're going to say you're a great singer. They say, I don't give a damn. You can sing like Whitney Houston. I'm not giving you nothing because your social media numbers are good. That's how politics works. We have to amass more and more signatures. So in about 2.5 years, 3 years, when we go to these politicians and they say, you want to get the NAACP removed from its tax exempt status, well, who's behind you? I don't know, 50,000 people. Let's talk. Because they're not going to talk if I just come with 1,000 people. They're like, that's cool. And what? That's not how politics moves. The reason why all of these other communities get their laws implemented is not because 2 people go there. It's because they got a block of individuals. So now I present to you 50,000 signatures. You're going to want to sit down at a table and do business. You're going to say, okay, cool. And you know what ended up happening, which I didn't even know or foresee, that this whole Elon Musk and Doge situation and the U.S. aid, I'm going to tell you how that's beneficial to us. The reason why that's beneficial to us is because now they're going into the paperwork and they're looking at this fraud, waste, and abuse that's going on with this organization. And this is why it's very prominent that Trump did win. Why? It's because Donald Trump is out here defunding the Department of Education. You think he gives a damn about defunding the NAACP? He will get rid of the NAACP. The only thing stopping them from going after the NAACP is that they don't think that they have Black support. We're showing now that there is Black support. So I feel if we amass a lot of signatures and then plug in, and I got some senators down here in Georgia, and you can do this state to state. This doesn't just have to be national. You can talk to the people in South Carolina and Texas and Georgia and Alabama, because there's an NAACP chapter everywhere. If we take this to the local branch or the federal branch, or the local branch ends up getting to the federal branch, I promise you, they talk about DEI, right? They talk about he's removing Black history and all that. Well, why don't you go ahead and add the NAACP to it? If you want to get rid of the Black Museum, you know, the only difference is, fam, we're not going to give a damn, because this is going to be spearheaded by us. So Trump, I believe, if presented to him properly, I believe Trump will look at the situation and say, we've got Black Americans that are tired of the NAACP, so I can go in, fraud, waste, and abuse them and get rid of all their clear violations, because they have been violating everything. And the only reason they're allowed to get away with it is because liberals allow them to be the attack dog against us. Once we bring that to any politician, in particular, Donald Trump, his administration, or just Republican Party, now we use the Republicans against the Democrats. And we've done it based on what they did to us. So the petition is growing, it's getting faster, and we're going to make sure that we take leaps and bounds and put it in the hands of the politicians that are going to take it and put it on the table of people. And I'm promising you right now, some politician, senator probably, is going to pick up our petition, and they're going to look at it, and they're going to see all those signatures, and then they're going to look at all those instances, which is the worst kept secret that the NAACP is in full violation. Somebody's going to look at that, family, and they're going to say, let's do business. Where do we start? And I'm going to say, you can start with getting rid of them. There you go, family.
Family, I'm telling you, that's what we need. 100% fold. We need to start holding these people accountable, because that's why they actually show us their backside every chance they get, is because we haven't had a means of punishing these folks. And now we have an opportunity, and several opportunities, to punish these folks several times over. We did it with the election. We're going to do it when we take away the tax exempt status of the NAACP. We're going to do it when we take away the tax exempt status of these churches that's participating within the Democratic Party and supporting them and pushing them forward and promoting them when there's supposed to be separation of church and state. We need to get them all up out of there. So yeah, I 100%, I back this whole policy. I think that every single institution that ain't supposed to be participating in politics, I don't want to see you there. And if I catch you there, we pulling your card and getting you up out of there. But family, I want to give you the floor before I do. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you for being here. I see you all. I can't name you all right now, but we're going to get to the super chats at the end. But I want you all to know I don't have my Cashapp up, because of the fact that I want all donations to go to my brother Black Alpha. So even with the super chats here, they're going to be donated over to our brother Black Alpha as well. So just to let y'all know, we'll get to them after my brother Cook, but I didn't want to interrupt the situation, because the energy good. You don't want to interrupt that type of situation. You feel me? But my brother Black Alpha, the floor is yours.
Appreciate that, brother. First off, let me tell everybody, like I was saying, it is an honor to be here with my good brother, okay? It's an honor to be here. And one thing that I want to do, I want to start to help and contribute and elevate a lot of the new voices that are coming up the same way my brother Tariq did, because I look at other communities and they're always preparing the next generation. So I want to help prepare the next generation of brothers and sisters. And one thing that has been absolutely phenomenal is I realize how intelligent, how smart, and how many different soldiers that we have in all different aspects of our community, just from the spaces that we hold. And I feel everybody's got a voice. And that's what we do right here on the Black Alpha Network. My brother Church of Black Power. I see my brother Black Truth United. All of us, so many intelligent people, man. So we're going to work. So I send a certified salute to my brother for letting me get on the stage. Something I want to talk about, though, family. This is really what I want to talk about. There's a lot of things going on, and we're going to continue to always operate. I heard just yesterday that they had that little Mayo rally, right? That's what they had yesterday. Well, one thing you got to notice, fam, there wasn't no black people there. There was no black people there. So see our effect, fam. That was a whole bunch of nothing. There was no passion. It didn't move the crowd, nothing. It's something that came and goes. So we're watching a world now where everybody cannot rely on Black Americans. And that's what we're always talking about. In remolding, reshaping the future, the best thing we do, fam, is pull back. And we don't deal with nobody at all anymore. So this is one of the messages that we are putting out there, and now you're watching it happen. Brothers and sisters wasn't out there. What was y'all doing yesterday? Because I know damn well I wasn't marching in no rally that ain't got nothing to do with me, and I'm not going to do it for the next one or the next one. That's not what we on, family. We are operating by our goddamn selves. This is a by ourselves. Yeah, April 5th Fool's Day. I see you, family. Nah, we weren't out there doing nothing, and that's great. So now look, fam, what happens when they can no longer use us as their labor force? Because Black Americans, we've always had this labor force relationship with the dominant society. You can take it all the way back to slavery if you like. Every single thing that ever occurs, we're doing the labor and everybody else is benefiting from. No longer. So I don't think that they're going to be able to stand on nothing no more. Not at all. And we already predicted what was going to happen. You see the tethers coming out. We've already put tethers. Let's make this clear, y'all. Delineation is not on its way. Delineation is here. We have already delineated, fam. Delineation is here. Nobody on the planet Earth thinks that you are an African. Nobody does. What you see are people who do not want to accept that we are not Africans. So we have delineated in every aspect, racially, socially, ethnicity. Nobody can come in our house. So the future is bright as ever. Why? It's because now our future is determined by us. Our future is not determined by what people tell us what to do. We've gotten rid of so many people, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. Let me tell you why it's getting worse. It's because in terms of what's popular in the street, FBA is popular in the street. The Boule ain't. Who the hell walking around here talking about they want to be a member of the Democrats? Hell no. They just lost by a landslide. They're the laughing stock of the political world. Don't nobody want to be a part of that. Who the hell want to be a part of the Divine Nine? Who the hell want to be a part of the Starburst Committee? Don't nobody want to be that. Everybody want to be FBA. Everybody want to be a foundational Black American. How do you know this? Because everybody's trying to use our talking points. Everybody's trying to steal from us. So we're out here right now changing the game, and everybody wants to join in on it. And we're going to continue to change the game. Delineation is here, fam. This is a wonderful time to be alive. And it's even better if you're alive and you're a foundational Black American, y'all. That's what it's all about. So that little Fool's Day thing, that crashed all the way out. We didn't show up at that deportation thing with all of those folks. And I'm going to let y'all know another reason why, fam. They trying to set us up for the okie doke. They're trying to set us up for the okie doke. They want you to go out there. They want you to go out there and crash out for them. The reason why they want Black Americans to go out there and be in the streets doing all that, because the more we go out there in the streets, fam, the more they can point to us. So their crash test dummies don't exist. Their fall guys don't exist. So now they got to hold their own mayo and also hold your own burrito, hold your own chicken chow mein, hold your own Skittles, whatever the hell you holding, you hold it over there because FBA won't be doing your dirty work. No. We focus on us and us only, and it's getting stronger by the day, every single second. And the new Black media and all of us in here right now, I see everybody, man. And like I said, I appreciate my brother allowing me to grace his stage because we're going to cook. You understand? We're going to have a Sunday dinner up in here. All right. But y'all know Sunday dinner with FBA family. We ain't out here with, a goosey soup. We ain't out here with Jollof. No. We got that good stuff. And everybody wants to be a part of how good we are. We GOOD good. And foundational Black Americans are moving into the future. Look at this right now, y'all. Go to just say 2015. And then now it's 2025. Fam, We are moving now 10 years in. We're at a different stage now. I want everybody to evolve. That's the thing. Do not allow our messages to become stale. Do not. We got to continue to evolve, continue to go forward. And that's what makes me feel so prominent, because that's what we're doing right now, y'all. We're moving ahead. Everything changing. Everything changing. You're starting to see it. Go back to the civil rights era. Say a lot of people feel it started around 1955. Do you know by the time the Black Panther Party came about, Malcolm X was already gone. Martin Luther King passed away in 1968. Black Panther Party started in 1966. They just missed each other. Just missed each other. When you think of the 70s, look at the 70s civil rights era. Look at the 60s and the 50s. They didn't look alike. In the 60s and the 50s, you seen a bunch of bus riding folks, you know, talking about we shall overcome, some Selma. You ain't see that. What you seen in the 1970s? In the 1970s, you know what you seen? You seen some leather coats, some afros, and some power tools. We're moving into that era now, you guys. We're moving into that era right now. We're into the second phase of this awakening, or whatever you want to call it, reparations generation. We've been talking about reparations for a long time. Do not be out here explaining reparations no more. Let me make that crystal clear. I'm still seeing people say, no, we deserve reparations based on slavery. Damn that. They know why. We've already established why the debt is owed. And we're not going to sit here and explain for another 15 goddamn years. Go get the goddamn money. We're evolving our message as well. We're evolving our warrior class. We're evolving everything we do. We're going into the second phase of this era, y'all. We all getting older. We all getting older. We're not going to play that game. Y'all see that situation going on down there in Texas, right? We're not going to play that same game where one of us gets harmed and they start making GoFundMe pages for the assailant, and then we sitting there toe down. Now you seeing we defended ourselves down there. And what's happening? We making a GoFundMe for our own people. You see the difference now. I want you to see the damn difference, y'all. We're changing the game. It used to be we get harmed, and then the person who harms us, the assailant, this person ends up becoming a millionaire. George Zimmerman, these people made the bag. Now look what's happening. You seeing us getting behind it. And I remember people saying, damn, why don't we ever start the GoFundMe? Now we doing it. Now we doing it. Somebody ran up on a young brother. The brother defended himself, and the community comes, and we stand next to him. And we say, hey, let's help with your legal fees. Let's help you with this. Let's promote you. Let's get you out there. You see the difference now? Y'all know they hit us through the gambit. We was on the circus. They had us in a rat race on the treadmill. We don't know yet. Think about Trayvon Martin. Think about Mike Brown. Think about Jordan Davis. All right? Think about all of them. Eric Gardner. Think about all of them, fam. What would happen? We get harmed. 99.9% of the dominant society would say it's justified. The news gives you a bunch of clown show. We don't know. Can't figure it out. The person who harmed us gets set free. Black folks go home and cry. We ain't crying no more. We ain't crying no more, y'all. Now we sitting there saying, okay, we out here dishing out the truth. And things that used to happen won't happen. Things that they thought were going to happen aren't going down that alley. I thought you thought. So this is what I'm talking about. The revolution is changing. All right. We are evolving. And we always say that a revolution is an evolutionary process. So we're evolving in that. Reparations is evolving. And then beyond both of those, our self-defense game is evolving. Brothers and sisters are taking care of each other, because we can sit here for the next 50 years and explain ourselves. But I'd rather just go ahead and put in work. Put in work is a lot better than explaining yourself. And then remember, fam, the person you're trying to explain yourself to, they don't give a damn what you got to say, because they're the one who created the problem. You think these people don't know that a debt is owed? They're the ones who created the goddamn debt. You think these people don't know that you're out here being harmed? They're the one out here harming you. So what the hell are you sitting here talking to them for? The days of talking are over. The days of action are in full. So that's why I'm always talking about being certified, being an activist, because an activist requires action. We got 100 thought leaders, y'all. We got 100 people that give you these great opinions, and they can talk all damn day long. That's fine. But it eventually got to get to the point where we get up, we go out, and we go do something. And we motivate each other, because I'm motivated by you. I'm motivated by the people. There's nothing more motivating than watching thousands of our brothers and sisters show up and show out. So we've removed ourselves from being in their rat race. We removed ourselves from being their labor force. We've removed ourselves from being their human shield. And then we removed ourselves from allowing people to cloak themselves in our identity. All right. You come over here from Zimbabwe, your ass is from Zimbabwe. You come over here from the Ivory Coast, your ass from the Ivory Coast. Nigeria, you from Nigeria. Jamaica, you from Jamaica. So look what's happened with delineation. All right. We're not going to sit here, and we got to be very, very careful with our terms. We're not going to sit here and keep talking about delineation as if it's a mountain we trying to climb. Don't y'all know we at the top of the goddamn mountain? I always said, damn it, if you win, act like it. I got sick and tired of seeing black folks win and still act like we lost. What the hell you crying for? You won. What the hell you upset for? They want to be you. These folks want to be like us. They want to be like all my sisters. Every woman on the planet Earth wants to be a Black American woman. What the hell we going to be mad for? They need to be mad and worried about us. They need to be concerned with what we doing, because we damn sure ain't worried about them. When I started this right here, I would see brothers and sisters crying all the damn time. Black Lives Matter, right? Now, we ain't crying. They crying. Now, we ain't upset. They upset. Remember this, y'all. They keep trying to scare us because they're scared of us. The person out there talking about segregation is coming back. The person out there talking about slavery coming back. They know that's not going to happen. They're trying to make you afraid because they're afraid of what we're doing to them. They don't like the fact that the people that they hate so much got all the power, and we got all the power over them. That's the difference. So as I break this down and I go through every single element, look at it, fam. I went through every single element socially. What I leave out? What I leave out, fam? We gonna talk about delineation? We win it. All right. You want to talk about separation? We win it. You want to talk about reparations? We win it. Think about reparations. Shit, 2 years ago, these folks were sitting on our reparations panels. Remember? Let's go back now, y'all. Remember our reparations panels, and you have people from the Bahamas on there? You have people from Jamaica? Tell me the last reparations panel you seen where a non-FBA member was sitting on it. They ain't out there no more. You know why? Because we ran their ass off our panels. FBA, we identify, we locate, we regulate. We identify, we locate, we regulate. We spent a long time identifying, but we didn't get stuck there for 5 years. I see you. I see you. Okay, goddamn it, you seen them. Now what you gonna do? Now we are saying, I see you, you're gone. Now we saying, you lying, you gone. Checkmate. Checkmate means you won. Checkmate don't mean you still playing the game. It's over. Checkmate. Go home. Done. And that's where we are right now. So brothers and sisters are out here putting in that real damn work. And it's a people's movement, y'all. Notice this. Think about what I say opposed to a lot of different people, fam. We are a people's movement, because the main people in the Black Panther Party, we were talking about the Black Panther Party earlier. The main people in the Black Panther Party were folks that never made the camera. They was never on television. They never had a microphone in front of them. They was just good brothers and sisters putting in work. And that's the thing about the Black Alpha Network, fam. We are a 9-to-5, good, honest, hard days work movement. We are about brothers and sisters out there on the grind trying to get it. You got to pay your damn light bill. You got to pay your car note. Yep. You're going to do both of those. And you're going to put a foot up somebody's you know what if they violate. That's what we represent, fam. We ain't out here trying to be over polished, prim and proper. We ain't trying to talk with a good dialect and inflection. We talking like FBA, family, straight to the point. We're going to make it plain. That's what we all about, y'all. We all about the people. Every single piece of concrete out here. The struggle is real. All right. But like Huey P. Newton said, he said, suffering is good for the soul. Our people have already suffered. So now it's time for us to live good. That's the difference between then and now. So we're moving and we're living very goddamn good based on every single thing that I just previously stated. And it's all about the people, y'all. Every single one of us. That's what it is. We are moving differently. I know a lot of times, fam, we used to look back on the civil rights era and we can use them as examples. But you notice every time I bring up the civil rights era, I immediately take it back to now. All right. I remember being young, talking to my brother Church. We were just speaking about it a minute ago. I remember watching a lot of documentaries about the civil rights era. And then I remember one day just waking up and turning it off and say, I'm living in my version of that now. And here's the difference. I'm a grown ass man today and I can go do something. The civil rights era, we salute them. Reconstruction, we salute them. But today is our era. Today, we're making our way. We are molding the future. They're going to look back on this generation 50 years from now. I promise you that. How you know? Because we're looking back on the civil rights era 50 years from now. There's going to be a time where Black Alpha going to be old. Marcel going to be old. Tariq going to be old. Everybody in chat, we're going to be old. And people going to look back, and I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to say, that's the generation that turned this whole goddamn thing around. Family, in essence, we are the generation that cleaned house. We seen every single thing that they did to us coming out of the civil rights era, and we cleaned it up. When we was born with a mop, a dustpan, and broom. It's spring cleaning, right? Spring cleaning. We opening up them goddamn door. What we doing spring cleaning, fam? Them windows. This FBA culture. Tethers, you don't know nothing about this, so sit your ass down. All right, have Joel off and a smile. FBA, when it comes to springtime, we open up all them goddamn doors and windows, and we like what a breeze to come through. I want the wind to breeze in through the back door, out the front. From the front, out the back. All right. Y'all know we sweep out the energy. You don't sweep in. Y'all know all them FBA rituals. All right. We might be lighting some sage. I know my mama throwing some salt down. All right. Under the goddamn rug right there out front, under the doormat. We doing some things out here. Y'all know how FBA do. I'm sure y'all doing it right now. All right. Yeah. We airing out the house. Aaron, what you say? Get that out of here. You smell like outdoors. Y'all know how I go, fam. This is FBA. You know, they could tell us we don't get along. They just mad because we do. Remember, everything they tell us that we do wrong, we do right, and they want us to stop doing it. You ain't going to reverse psychology. Us, fam, we too solid, too certified, too strong, too thorough. So the way that we are spring cleaning right now, we've been spring cleaning, we've been summer cleaning, we've been fall cleaning and winter cleaning all goddamn year round about everything that was broken. We've been fixing everything, y'all. Oh, we cooking. Shout out to my brother Church for letting me go here today. I told y'all, this is my brother Church right here. This is Sunday, so we're going to have Sunday dinner up in here with Black Alpha as the guest, and I appreciate you guys for accepting me. That's what we doing. You seen the way that they was putting all that stuff in our in our communities, right? All of them drugs in our communities coming out of civil rights era. We got rid of that. Oh, no, don't touch that. No, stay away from that. Don't light that up. We don't have a drug culture. We got an anti-drug culture. The degeneracy that they put on us, we denounce all that. That's something that was broke. We fixed it. We seen how we was out here voting blindly, just saying, I'm going to vote for any goddamn body. It don't matter now. Vote blue no matter who now. That's what grandma did. We say, damn that. We ain't doing that. You better come with some tangibles. The word tangibles really means cleaning goddamn house, meaning you going to do something for me or you ain't getting nothing. That's what we've been doing. Tangibles, that is a cleaning house effect, okay? Denouncing degeneracy, cleaning house. Fam, every last one of us, tell me where I'm wrong. What have we done that hasn't been fixing something? That's why I say 50 years from now, they're going to look back on us and how we're going to be remembered. And they're going to say, that's the generation that turned everything around. All right. All of us, we've been blessed, y'all, with the opportunity to be the game changers. We've been blessed to be the game changers, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's beautiful. The civil rights era, they were out there fighting for civil rights. Reconstruction, they were reconstructing. During slavery, they were building America. The indigenous era, they were the first people here. The reparations generation, we are the regulators. All right. We are the regulators who said, that's broke, that's broke, that's broke. It ain't happening. I'm not taking that SHIT that my great uncle took. All right, that my parents' generation took. I ain't taking that. We ain't taking none of that stuff. Much respect to them. We don't say that out of no malice, but we saying that out of reality. If you think we're going to be voting blue no matter who, like they did all through the 90s and the 2000s, and yes, we can, hell no. If you think we're going to be accepting of any goddamn tether that comes here and says I'm melanated like you, no, the hell we not. I told everybody, we went from the yes, we can era to the hell to the no era, and there's a big goddamn difference. And ready or not, here we came. Not come. Here we came. We here now. And you're going to have to deal with it. So we spring cleaning and getting everybody out. Dustpan, mop, and broom. If you don't like it, you can get your ass out of the house because we built this damn house any goddamn way. This is a foundational Black American. That's what we do. We take ownership. We take ownership over America. No longer, family, we out here saying that as well. We talk about cleaning. We talk about fixing what was broke. Okay, let's talk about how there used to be a culture of we're not really American. We're Pan-Africanism at. We're Pan-Africanism. Dr. Kubar, what's up, homie? How that Pan-African working out for you? You paying Pan-African child support too? I don't know. What are y'all paying? Y'all paying in fufu or something? I don't know what y'all do. But shout out to you, Dr. Kubar, and yo Dunfo dry ideology of Pan-Africanism. FBA ain't on that, homie. FBA ain't on that. No. So we want to start talking about that. Remember the culture of we not really Americans? Because that used to be a thing. You say that you're an American, what would people say? What would they say? You an American? How can you be a part of a country that breaks down the Black man, harms the Black man? Well, where you from? We from Africa. Man, you know damn well you say that in our circle, you're going to get ran the hell out of here. Well, no. We've taken ownership over our lineage, heritage, and culture. There's pride and power and patriotism. We've identified that. How the hell you running around here saying you ain't from a place that you grew up in? It's all about who you are. You don't have a choice. You are a certified foundational Black American. Somebody said, well, what makes you certified? I said, it's called a birth certificate. The hell are you talking about? Our birth certificates say foundational Black American. And what is it also, fam? It says that we've been here, and because your grandma got one, great grandma got one. We didn't go get no made up one. We didn't go get no Photoshop version, fam. Our stuff is real. So we've gotten rid of all of that, fam. We gotten rid of all that negative energy, all that we ain't American. Again, am I adding more to the list every second, fam? Are we adding more to what we've been doing? I want you to enjoy your victory. This Sunday, y'all, whatever you do when you sit down tonight for dinner, as you prepare yourself for the work week starting tomorrow, I want you to walk in your FBA pride. Somebody told me like 3 years ago when I first started, it said, Black Alpha, you center yourself in our excellence. You're not a downer. You don't make us feel bad. Because y'all remember that old activism where there's a bunch of finger pointing and you just walked away saying, damn, we done. It's over for us, man. We don't do nothing good. See, I'm not of that time. Okay, how you going to be an activist trying to build a community, but you tearing everybody down? You can't build a community while you tearing us down. We do this wrong, we do this wrong, we do this wrong. Hell no. Because for everything you say negative, there's a billion things that are positive. And the things that we do negative is always because somebody put us in a position any goddamn way. So now that we remove them out the way, now we can function in positivity and power. All right. That's what we're doing today. Out with the negative energy, in with the positive energy. And I swear on everything I love, Black Alpha always going to give that positive energy. I'm going to always uplift and inspire and motivate. I don't care if you're 8 years old, and I don't care if you're 80 years old. The message has no jurisdiction. Somebody told me the other day, shout out to this sister. She said they make their child watch me, and their child is like 4 or 5 years old. Okay, but it's giving you that message. Remember, y'all, children, y'all know how it is with us. Our kids get that energy and our kids get that message. They absorb it. They absorb it and they take it in. So we start at a young age. As I was telling my brother Church, it started from birth. And that's the energy we doing. And I'm going to always give that positive energy because that's how I am. I ain't on none of that loser energy, that defeated attitude. All I know is that I'm a certified foundational Black American, and I was born on the winning team. I was born on the team. And if you look at our fingers, fam, we got so many goddamn championship rings, we can't even ball up our goddamn fist. All right. We ain't even gonna be able to do Black Power. We just gonna have to do this. All right. And this is gonna be ring, 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 ring. Diamond shining every goddamn where. Because all we do is win. Remember that, y'all. You already won when you was born a foundational Black American. Everybody else, they born as fleers and hoppers and skippers. They come from lineage of jumping ship, running, hiding, skipping, colonizer. We come from the truthful, the thorough, the certified, the winners. All right. When we came to this team, we already won crazy Super Bowls. All right. That's just how we get in. And I don't give a damn how nobody feel about it. That's what the hell it is. And not just because I'm saying it. Look at reality. Look at the statistics. Anything you want to use as a metric to identify greatness, I guarantee you're going to see foundational Black American on it. So that's where we came from, fam. Just winners. And I'm going to always speak as a winner. Because I'm a winner, you a winner, we winners. So goddamn it, let's show and prove, let's show out. And that's what we're doing. We broke down every single aspect of this generation, every single thing that we're doing, from delineation to reparations, getting rid of degeneracy, getting rid of all these tethers who come over here. Everybody is getting a dose of reality. They used to have us living in this pretend imagination world. No longer. Now we're living in this world of Black power. Speaking of Black power goes into the Black family. Let me tell you something else that we done stopped. Another thing that was broken that we have fixed. You don't see that gender war stuff no more. You notice more and more of these balloon popping videos. They want to throw that out there. Fam, that is all a response because they see that Black men and Black women are on code. Black husbands and wives are on code. The brothers, the sisters, the kings, the queens, the goddess, and the gods are on code. You see what I'm talking about, family? Watch what they throw at you. And that can tell you where you're succeeding at. Because let me tell you, if you were losing at something, they wouldn't spend so much time trying to throw negativity at you. They only throw negativity at you when you're winning. When you're on the path, they put blockades in front of you. If you ain't on the path, they let your ass just walk in circles. When you see a rat race, right? When you see somebody, when the hamster's on the wheel, do they put a blockade or a hurdle on that? No, because he don't know where the hell he's going. He's just going in circles. There's no need to put a blockade in front of somebody who's lost. You only put a blockade in front of somebody who knows where they're going. And we know where we're going. And guess what about that blockade? You can put it in front of us and you got two choices. We're going to go over it or we're going to go right goddamn through it. And our history has proven it. Certified salute to the family, y'all. Let's keep going, man. I appreciate my brother Church, man. Thank you for allowing me to come in and grace the stage, brother. And we're going to always do this, and we're going to always build together as a family. Black Alpha, it's a family affair. I love my family, every last one of y'all, man. Let's keep this thing going. Salute to you, my brother. Got you on mute, fam.
My bad, man. I don't know about y'all, family, but that right there was delicious. I don't even know how else to put that right there. You said a 5-course meal. That right there, we don't even need dessert, family. I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. No, I truly appreciate you for being here, and I really want to make sure that the family understand that the honor is all mine. The honor is truly, truly all mine. You know, I've watched you over the years, and I'm telling you, you've every broadcast, you show something different, and you always bring that same energy, that passion, and that's how you know that you're a genuine person, because that passion, that's only for the right people. You think what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be misconstrued You know, like some of these politicians when they come out here with the fake passion, your Cory Bookums, and they come out here screaming for 25 hours for nothing, and it ain't got nothing to do with us. It ain't got nothing to do with reparations. They had time to do these things, but they didn't do none of these things. I wouldn't even hate Cory Booker so much if he actually did that for reparations, or he did that for anti-black hate crime bill, or he did that for black policy in general. But basically what they're showing us is basically, oh, you had the capacity to do this. You could stand on your feet for 25 hours. And you can go around talking about nothing, because that's what you did for 25 hours, right? So you can do something like that. You just can't do it for us. So yeah, that the passion don't match the activity. The whole situation there only shows exactly who's for us and who isn't. And when you hear Brother Black Alpha speak, you don't even have to question. You would want to question God before, well, some people, before you question Black Alpha's loyalty to this situation, because the way that he gets down and becomes boots on the ground when times is necessary, that is some of the most commendable things that anybody within the movement can do. So I salute you 100-fold. It's always my pleasure to have you around me, family. I want to say this. How much time do you have left?
Oh, man, we can chop it up, man. We amongst family, man. So throw it at me, brother. We'll chop it up, fam.
Well, I was going to ask you, would you mind taking a couple of calls if they want to come up and show their appreciation to you?
Yes, family affair.
All right, family, let's do this. For anybody who wants to come up and talk to our brother Black Alpha, the link is now in the chat. Come on up and show your appreciation and love, family.
Much respect for you having me on, though, brother. Like I said, I'm gonna have you come on the show as well, so we can just go back and forth.
Absolutely, brother. I look forward to it, and there's a lot that we're going to talk about. You got my number, so we'll be talking about some things, brother, because I got some things I want to throw your way as well. First up, we got our sister, Miss Niecy. Hurricane Niecy in the building. Salute to you, sister. How you doing?
Hey, church. Hey, Black Alpha. How are you?
I'm doing good, beloved. How are yourself?
Well, first of all, God bless you both. Y'all doing the work. Also, Black Alpha, thank you for my birthday shout out last Tuesday on your broadcast. I go by many names, Miss Niecy, Hurricane Niecy. Yes. So it's all in the same.
All day. All day. Much respect.
But again, I commend both of you, young warriors, representing the FBA family. And both of you know, you are anointed and you are covered by the FBA family praying for you. And I'll land there.
Oh, Miss Niecy, thank you so much for coming up, sister.
I love her.
Oh, yeah, she's a ball full of fire, and I love it. You gotta, man, she reminds me of so much of my grandma, man, when it comes down to just getting down to it and leaving it there. She coined the word. I don't want to say it, but I'm about to say it. She coined the word fuckery, and I love it. You know, I love it. So salute to Miss Niecy.
Much respect, family.
Let's get through some of these super chats here for you, family. Salute to our brother. We up next, aka DSB, dark skinned brother. I appreciate you for being here, family. Salute to DSB for becoming a member. I appreciate you, family. What's it here? Salute the Black Spider. Appreciations to you, family. Our brother Cyberdine 100. Appreciations to you, family. DSB double back with another page. Appreciations to you, family. Then he doubled back again and gifted 5 pages. Appreciations to you, my brother. Our sister FBA Queen. Good to see you here, family. Our brother Michael Payne, good to see you. Thank you for your contribution, family. FBA Queen, shout out to you again, family. Aquarius Minded, shout out to you, family. Ankit Amund Ma'at. I might have slaughtered that, but please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart, family. But thanks and salute to you, family. Oh, and let's go here. Mr. Spencer, thank you for being here and shout out to you. Thank you and salute you for your contribution. Anthony, thank you for your contributions and thank you for being here, family. And Christopher Ellis, thank you for your contributions and your salute. Thank you for being here as well, family. God dang it, getting tongue tied.
That's my brother right there, man. Shout out to you, Christopher.
Shout out to you. Salute, family. All right, we got the next person up here. This is our brother. Oh, I recognize our brother. That's our brother, Jesse Paris. Salute, shalom, and salute to you, family. What's up with you, man?
Hey, B1 salute, certified B1 salute. Peace to you, Black Alpha. Peace to you, church, and peace to the whole chat. Oh man, it's been a long time coming. So I do the same thing that you do, Black Alpha, but over here in Colorado.
Ah, yes.
Been an activist or actionist for over a decade now. So everything that you is on, I've been on. So I appreciate the work that you're doing. I love linking with brothers and sisters that's on the same page, same mindset, and doing the same work for our FBA people. So certified B1 salute. Make sure y'all check out Frontline Black News. We've been around for 5 years. We've been on the low, but we getting there. We building up. We gaining momentum, as MC Hammer would say. So yeah, support the platforms. I support what y'all doing. So we just like to see it reciprocated. We also have 2 more platforms: the Revolutionary Agenda and Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Combined, we've been doing this work for 10 years. So that's all I wanted to say. Keep up the good work, and certified B1 salute to both of y'all.
Well, do this, Jesse, before you jump off real quick. Go ahead and throw those links into the chat so people can follow you and you can go ahead and grow your shit as well. Excuse my French.
Church, I need a wrench because otherwise they can't click on the link.
Okay, let me see what I can do on this side here. I got to do it from the phone. I believe I can, right?
Yeah, you should be able to do it on the phone.
All right, I got you, family.
Frontline Black News, so we'll see y'all then. Peace.
All right, family. Thank you for coming up. Next up, we got Michael Payne. Excuse me. How you doing, family?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to you guys for making this content, and also salute to Black Alpha Network. You're the real hero. You're the real solution, and you're a new generation of breed that's going to move the ball forward for reparations between today and tomorrow in the 21st century and beyond. And I just want to also, I said just donated earlier. Gratitude can only happen when reparations can happen. Otherwise, saying thank you without substance is pointless, which I learned over time. So the only way to show gratitude is really cutting the check for the Black American freedmen of chattel slavery, because you guys done a lot for so many, centuries. You guys did a lot for, a lot of people. So I feel like it's time, for non-Black Americans to pay respect to the FBAs, because you guys are not only, you guys created music, entertainment, but you guys innovate a lot of things, science, math, just pretty much all the innovation. And unfortunately, credit was taken away. And that's why you guys deserve full credit with cash payment reparations, because it's going to build the Black American freedman economy and stronger. So that's why a lot of non-Black Americans are getting very, frustrated, angry, and upset. And I will say this: don't allow the non-Black Americans prevent you from what you guys want to accomplish between today and tomorrow, because you guys are the real power and the real soul of this country.
Thank you very much for coming up, family. I appreciate you.
And also on April 29th, the NAACP, which stands for the National Association of American Freedmen of Chattel Slavery, is trying to invite members to meet with their members of Congress and possibly Donald Trump including the U.S. senators, to demand cash payment reparations. So I've been basically working on a reparations project since 2024. So I'll see I can post a link. It's NAASD.org, and then if there I think you had to click on the first 100 days or the Repair Act. That's going to lead people to register for a meeting on April 29th.
And who is this organization?
It's I'm not sure if it's NAASD. Her name is Friday Jones. She's on YouTube. She emphasizes reparations like cash payment.
Yeah, go ahead and drop a link and let me check into it.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me do that. Yeah, let me do that quick.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull you down, family. But thank you very much for coming up.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, family. Jesse, I cannot do it until I get off for some reason. It's not letting me do it until I get out of the stream. So once I get out of the stream, I'll give you a wrench. Because my brother Jesse, he is very boots on the ground as well. He be his type of content as well as he be at the city council meetings and things like that. So our brother really be out there, and I appreciate some of the work that you be getting done as well. So yeah, definitely I'll take care of that once I'm done here. But my brother Black Alpha, I truly appreciate you for being here once again. Like I said, family. Got one more popped up in on us. Our good sister, Goddess M. What's up with you, family? How are you doing?
Hey, family. How are you? Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, brother Black Alpha. Y'all know I had to get up here and chime in. Miss you, family. Love you all. Love you and the Queen. Haven't seen y'all since the first reparations rally. Wasn't able to make the second, but I shall make the third if there's going to be one, or the next big family gathering. So I just had to come in and give you both your flowers. Shout out to you, like I told you, Brother Church, like Brother Black Alpha told you, that you are extension of the Black Vanguard, of the newest extension of the new Black media. As Brother Jason Black said, we need 100 Jason Blacks. We need thousands. Brother Tariq, get opportunity and shine to other upcoming brothers and sisters. Shout out to you, Brother Alpha. So you've been anointed. You were anointed when you had that sensation that came over you. You are anointed when the ancestors gave you that in your dream. And it warms my heart, and it does me good to see you on that front line fighting, because I understand the assignment and what you have on your shoulders. It's a blessing. It's beautiful, but it's heavy. And lonely is the head that wears the crown. But thank God that you have a strong, beautiful queen that be right there, boots on the ground with you most times. And thankful for that. Love the family unit, your family, your babies, because that's what we represent. Healthy mindset, healthy family unit. And that's an extenuation to the Black grassroots. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters down there, the family that's in the chat, the mod squad that's in the building, my big sister, Denise Scales that came up, Hurricane Niecy, that graced the stage. Yes, she's straight to the point, no nonsense type of lady. So am I, but I just happen to have, I'm kind of a little comedian too, but I'm the G checker and the regulator. What can I say? That's right. What I do. And shout out to my brother Black Alpha, because he enforces that. And all my FBA brothers and sisters, I love to see it. But who was it? Vernon Johnson say, if you see good, he say, if you see trouble, get in it. If you see good trouble, get in it. So that's what we do. And I'm very protective of my lineage, because it's an extension of who I am. And in terms, that's an extension of our family tree. And when you do that roll call, Brother Black Alpha, my word, brother, I must have smiled so hard I almost fell off the bed. And I was up there doing my own little swaying music. Roll call, East St. Illinois, East St. East Floyd in the house. And then I, of course, was checking it, texting it up there, trying to hurry up and put it in. And that's a beautiful thing, because our elder DJs used to do that back in the day. When I was little growing up, you woke up to roll call. What's your name? Where you from? And if you at school, work, or whatever, they had you call it out. So yeah, roll call is an FBA tradition. So that's a beautiful thing. And you do so many things that are on point, brother, that keep us feeling like family, that keep this grassroots, knitted. And all the people who put in, from our mods to the people who do the research, to you all who do the research, and those who are active in our community. Shout out to Brother Paris, who came up and spoke. People who always have, like Brother Alpha said, down here doing it, do what it do, but they just not in front of the camera, or you may never know their name. But then it's those who are anointed to be in front of us, to take that lead and be a whole actual voice, a representation, because we need someone to be that voice. And that brother is anointed for that. He took that upon himself. Most people would think, oh, he cocky, he up there claiming it for himself, but you better speak it. Speak it, say it, believe it. Word, sound, and power. Make it manifest. You know what I'm saying? Bring it into fruition. Anybody will tell you, any billionaire, any successful person, any inventor, they wake up, they either have it in a dream or given to them in a vision, shall I say, a vision, and you get to speaking the actions forward, and then you get to planning it out, and then you act upon it. And that's exactly what it is to be an activist. And brother, that is you. And shout out to you. And you do carry Tupac/DMX energy, but you also have some Malcolm and some Ali in you, brother. So shout out, peace and love to you, family. I always have your back, and can't wait to meet you and my wonderful sister, who is also our birthday month. Shout out to you, Queen Alpha. Aries season. Peace and love, family. Thank you, brother.
Love you,
Black
sister.
Church. Keep doing what you do. Mwah. Love y'all.
Salute to you, goddess, man. Salute. And yeah, I gotta do that too. Salute to Queen Alpha, because Queen Alpha is your counterpart. She is the one that holds you down whenever you feeling down. Your baby's around, and she can pick you up. And I love that. That black love right there is something that I found over the years into getting into this activism is one of the most targeted situations when it comes to media and all sorts of things. I had a TikTok page that spoke about nothing but black love, and they literally snatched it away. So I believe that we got to promote as much as we can, promote more and more of that black love.
Bro, she be going through it, man, because I'm crazy, man. Y'all can tell I'll be wilding. She quiet and I'm loud, so I know she be worried about me. Think I'm gonna go ahead and get in some trouble, wild out or something crazy gonna happen.
I'm sure that Betty Shabazz felt the same way. I'm sure that Coretta felt the same way. It comes with gifts, and sometimes it comes with some woes, but more gifts than woes.
Life in the big city, right?
Yes. So next up, we got a netizen. Correct me when you come up, please. What's up, brother? How you doing? Unmute yourself. Are you, brother? You there? You ready?
Can you hear me?
All right, brother. What's up with you? What's your name, man?
Hey, Black Alpha knows me as Sir Funk, and I just, what's up, fella?
That's my guy right there.
I just wanted to say, fellas, I just wanted to say, I always appreciate the fire you bring, and into everything you do, Black Alpha, and today was no different, and as an old head who really wasn't, who was basically standing on the sidelines and, waiting for a moment like this to find ourselves as kindred souls amongst our own. I appreciate what you and Brother Tariq and everything is done in life. last 5 years that has got me activated to do what I need to do, even if it's only a small piece. And, one of these days I look forward to being on the East Coast. I'm out here in California. One of these days I look forward to walking up on you on the East Coast, Black Alpha, and, dropping the bag on you directly instead of through cash apps. So, let it roll like, and, keep the fire going, brother.
Appreciate
Appreciate you for coming up, family.
Yo, let me say something about that brother, man. That's my guy. That brother's so intelligent. We go back from like way back years ago on the spaces that we were holding when we don't have like 50 people in them. Now we be having like 400. You know what I'm saying? But that brother's so intelligent, and I'm saying on the migrants, he be on the migrants bumper. He be calling it out. Shout out to my brother Sir Funk, man. I appreciate you, brother. And my sister Miriam. Sister, I love you, Miriam. You know that. That's my sister. And by the way, church, you be there. All y'all supremacists who be coming up in them spaces and y'all be trying to get smoke from Miriam, you better turn around. You know better. That's the long problem that you're going to have, fam. You're going to get a problem today and it's going to last the rest of your lifetime. So you can put that jacket on you. So shout out to the family.
I'm going to be honest with you, family. I'm just so proud of us, man. We see an activation that we ain't seen in years. You know what I mean? And with that activation comes a new self-pride. It comes a new wanting to make sure that we're not just gatekeeping everything that's ours, but we're protecting it. And you ain't going to come in saying nothing slick to us. You ain't going to try to downplay our whole tragic situation here so you can tell us about some minuscule tragedy that you had before you even came to this country in the first damn place. I don't care about none of that. We got a dead old and you're sitting in the way. And so I love the fact that people keep trying us and you keep seeing it left and right, especially from our sister Miriam, especially from our sister Wani, especially from all these sisters. I love to see the sisters come out and tell everybody, hey, just shut your mouth, close it down. You dig me? The brothers, I love to see the brothers do it too, but the sisters do it with such a pizzazz, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always something so pizzazzy when they do it. Man, I love us and I'm loving everything that I'm seeing because to be honest with you, we're running things, whether people want to say we're running things or not. How we move is how America is starting to move. Whether we rock with things or not, people are looking at us first and say, okay, what the black folk over there doing?
Yep.
Who they support and who they don't support. You dig what I'm saying? And because of that, if you don't see that we are not just, let me put this in the right way. We're not going, we're there. Let's put it like that. We're there. This is here. We're at the time. The time is now. And that's why I love every time our family say this is the reparations generation. That's what it is. This is the reparations generation. And that's saying the time is now for us. We ain't saying what the older folks been saying for some time. Well, we may not see it in this day.
God.
We might not make it to that mountain top, but dang it, we gonna get there. Maybe 2 generations, maybe 3 generations. No. We're like, no, this is the generations that's doing it. And we're going to make sure that our children and our children's children and our children's children's children, they'll have a different fight from us. See, that's the one thing that I love about this energy. We're trying to attack the fight right now. We ain't trying to pass the buck down like people been doing for god dang generations. And now the buck got to stop somewhere. And guess who? Hey, the buck stops here. And I love that. And so that's why I think everybody love the passion that you bring. That's why I think, and I know that everybody adapts and kind of get drawn in because of every bit of passion that you pushing out. It's not just genuine, but it's exactly how we feel. And we've been feeling it for so dang long. And a lot of us been wanting to scream it from the rooftops every week, probably every day, probably every hour, and it gets frustrating. And being in a situation like sitting down and listening to the Black Alpha Network with your children and just chilling, that creates a whole new set of power. Now we're acting on things and we're changing our mindsets and we're ready to actually go be those activists, as you stated, ready to put our boots to the ground, as you stated, and actually get out there and say, hey, all of you, you're thinking that you're getting in office, Sheldon Daniels, without Black support? Didn't you say you don't support reparations? Oh, okay. Have fun. Good luck without us. We're not voting for anything if it ain't got no policy for us, and we're not voting against somebody just because we don't like them, even if it is Jasmine Snuffleupagus Crockett. But family, I thank you for being here, my good brother. Like I said, we're gonna talk a little later. Anything else you want to say to the family before we get up out of here?
Man, first off, I want to say thank you to you, my brother, for allowing me to be a guest in your house. You know, the Church of Black Power, and there's been a lot of Black Power on this episode, but every episode that you do, family, I appreciate you. You're one of the best brothers it is to work with, fam. I'm going to always hold you down. Much respect to everybody in the chat. We are the Black grassroots, and like we say, y'all, it is the reparations generation. And think about what reparations means, right? Reparations means repair, and we've been repairing every single broken thing that they've thrown at us, whether that's from voting to delineation, all the way to regulation. We've been repairing it. So when we say we coming to get the check, we coming to get the check and money, and we G-checking anybody else who gets in the way, man. Certified salute to you on a Sunday, brother. Stay good. I'm going to call you too, fam. We're going to chop.
I appreciate you, family. Good. I can't even say it. Godspeed on everything you do, my family, because honestly, I was hoping that Tariq was going to get you to be in that Hidden Color 6, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get you in another one, because the fire that you bring to the table, and when you two brothers get together, I love it. Like I want to see more of it, and we're going to see more of it. So I salute you in everything you do, family, and I look forward to speaking with you later, big.
Much respect, fam. Stay good, family.
Peace out. Oh, family, y'all got to understand how excited I still am, brother. Family. That brother right there is somebody that I truly respect and love. So I really appreciate him being here. I appreciate all of you being here. I've been seeing all of you. Miriam, Aquarius Minded. I see you, Boogeyman. I see you, Black Truth United. Miss Nisi, you've been in the chat, I know. I've seen all of you, Cyberdime, salute to all of you. And I want you all to know I truly appreciate all of you for being here. And usually I don't show my situation because my lighting isn't right, and this ain't really what my studio is. My studio's being worked on upstairs, so I'll be moving this pretty soon. But I had to jump on camera. I had to give a certified B1 in person. I couldn't just do it through an emoji. It wouldn't have been enough. But family, I appreciate everybody who's here. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, hit that like and subscribe. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe. And please go to the links in the description, both of those petitions, the petition to remove the tax exempt status from the NAACP and the petition for reparations. Please put your name on both of those petitions, because it is very important for us to push our own damn policy. And with that being said, family, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, fam.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.